Hey everyone, welcome into the Flippin' Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star. If you're new here or you haven't yet, please consider subscribing. It helps us feed our hungry hippos. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up. This week's theme on this channel has been talking about all of the different tools that eBay offers us at no additional cost to help increase traffic to our stores, get return buyers to come back and buy more, and to generate more sales and more profits. You do need a store subscription to utilize these tools. And today we're talking about all of the different sales you can set up. We've covered newsletters and coupons this week. I'll have both videos pop up at the end. If you haven't seen them, I highly recommend them. There's a lot of useful information in there. And a lot of these different tools will tie into each other, such as newsletters can be used to notify folks that you set up a sale or set up a coupon. And at the beginning of the coupon video, I did talk a lot about the reasons why we want to do sales, the reasons why we want to have coupons, due to the psychological need of a buyer to get a deal. So do check out those two videos if you haven't, and stick around and watch this one first. On your eBay hub, you're going to hover over marketing at the top, and where it says discount, you'll click that and it brings you to this page. Over here on the right, the blue button that says create discount, click it, and your drop down menu will show you coupon, order discount, sale event, shipping discount, or volume pricing. We covered coupons in their own video because they're a different type of enticement or a different type of sale than setting up a sale in your store that's going to show on your items. So today we're going to cover the 4 types of sales. We're going to start with the order discount. You're going to click it. I'm opening it in a new tab to make my tutorial easier for me, but you'll just click it and it will take you to this page. In order discount, you're going to choose a category and then an objective. So let's say I want to choose jewelry. And my objection is, I watch a lot of true crime. Objection, Your Honor. I meant to say objective, but that's funny that I would say objection. I chose jewelry as my category, and my objective, I want to attract buyers at peak shopping times. So then it's going to give me some recommendations, and it's going to tell me why they're giving me these recommendations. High cost items like these are much more attractive when there's a significant price drop. Consider a discount event of a buy one, get one. Shoppers enjoy the feeling of getting a huge deal, when in reality, a smaller discount is applied to their entire order. For lower priced items, a spending threshold or minimum quantity promotion entices buyers to purchase more items. So basically on high cost items, buyers want to be attracted to a significant price drop, but you're actually giving them a deal that's going to allow you to still not take too much of a hit. And then for your lower priced items, you want to have a spending threshold or minimum quantity promotion. See, it's all psychology. And I'm glad they put these recommendations here because you can always read them and learn a little bit as you're setting up your different types of sales that you can set up. But let's say I wanted to do some of my plushies and I just really want to move older items. Now they're going to recommend something different and they're going to tell me again why. So buy one, get one, things like that. But you don't always have to do what they recommend. I could say buy one, get one free because I really want to get rid of my old plush. I could say buy one, get 5 free. I would never do that. Or an extra, maybe 50% off of 2 items or 3 items. So the order discount is going to be based on a category and an objective. I run these maybe just a few times a year. I like these around holidays. I like these on extended weekends. So if I know folks are going to be home for 3 or 4 day weekends, say like Thanksgiving and Memorial Day, Labor Day, weekends like that, people tend to get online and shop. And this is kind of funny, but I notice on holidays like that where people are going to be drinking, they shop more. But I try to set the order discounts just around big spending times. Then we have our sale event. So this is going to be the markdown. This is what I run all the time. I mark all of my original prices up by 25% so that I can run a 20% off sale all the time. The math works out, trust me. I also take off a penny because psychologically speaking, they say buyers like 99 at the end. $24.99 looks cheaper than 25. So if I wanted $24.99 for something, I'm going to say 25. I'm going to add 25%. So I know that I'm going to list it for $31.24. You see, I just take off that 1 penny. When I run my 20% sale, they're paying $24.99. So I mark all my prices on eBay. I have a different method for Mercari and Poshmark. If you're interested in how we price over there, comment section, let me know. I'm always willing to make more videos and do more tutorials. On eBay, though, the original price we want, not including shipping, gets marked up 25%, and then the shipping gets involved. The shipping gets involved to get added in. So, for instance, I always use my American Eagle jeans as an example. Those are $20 jeans. I know my flat cost of shipping on jeans is $8. So I know I want $12 for those. So if I put them in at $14.99 and I run my sale, I'm getting my $11.99. Plus my $8 shipping, that's a $20 pair of jeans. So that's my pricing method on eBay. So I do run Monday through Friday, 20% off everything in the store. All right, now before y'all come at me with the pitchforks about being a dishonest person, every store in the world marks prices up so they have room to do these sales and room to clearance it out if it doesn't move fast enough. It's a way of business. It's the business model, and it's completely acceptable. And eBay asked for sellers to be this way. They really did, because the algorithm does favor items that are on sale. If you have a shipping discount, if you have a coupon on, if you have a sale running, if you have an order discount, if you have any of these things applied to your listings or your store, you do get preferential treatment in searches. The algorithm takes a lot of things into account for the searches, such as how new the item is, how many people clicked on it and clicked off. That makes it look not desirable if a lot of people look at something and no one buys. But if your title's good, there's just so many different things that come into play that I'm going to do as much as I can to have as many of those items the algorithm looks for in play for me. So if there's 10 things I can do, I'm doing all 10. And running sales and having best offer on is one. So I do run sales all the time. Plus, it makes things more enticing. Back to that psychology. If a buyer sees a $12 pair of jeans plus 8 shipping, and they see this one over here that's also $11.99, but it's on sale, they're going to be a little more enticed to buy that one because it looks like they're getting a deal. So on the sale event, you pick how much you want to take off. You can do a dollar amount or a percentage. Friday through Sunday, and then into Monday, if it's a holiday weekend, we will do 30% off. So it's Monday through Friday, I do 20% off. Friday night through Sunday night, I do 30% off. All year, around the clock. I set these up once a week. Why do I set them up once a week? Because I want them to start and stop often. That's another thing you can do to entice buyers. You can create a sense of urgency. If I set a sale on Monday and it doesn't end till Friday, I may lose out on prospective buyers. you want to give them the nudge they need to make the decision to make the purchase. So if I start a sale on Monday that stops on Wednesday, the 20%, Wednesday to Friday, 20%, and then my weekend sale at 30%, there's going to be times where that clock is ticking down. The reason for it is that urgency. If a buyer comes in on Monday and sees that my sale is good through Friday, they may not buy. They may not follow through. They may not make that decision to make that purchase. They're going to think, well, it's only Monday. I get paid on Friday. I'll come back. I'll buy it then. They're going to forget. They're never coming back. They're never going to buy it. But if they see that that sale is only good through Wednesday night, or let's even better yet, they come in Wednesday night and see that that sale only has an hour left, they're more likely to click through and make that purchase because they think they only have an hour left on that sale. That clock is ticking. And that works on us too, be honest with yourself. So I do that way. I start and stop them every 2 or 3 days. I just put a half an hour between the end time and the start time of the next one, and I can schedule them out. I would also like to add that once you create a sale, you can always copy it. So you only have to go through this setup process once. One time, 8 years ago, I set up a 20% off and a 30% off. And I have ever since then just come in and copied them, set them up for the next week. I usually do it Fridays. I set them up for the whole week. You can select items or create rules using categories. I use the categories. And I do have one category I exclude. So my sale is set up under store categories and everything is checkmarked except for my clearance. I have a very specific separate sale for our clearance items. It's set up with a rule of 50% off. And when I come in here, the clearance is the only one I check. So when I'm listing older items that I want to get rid of, that I'm trying to clear out, when I'm listing them and I can choose my store category, I choose clearance and it sends them all right to my clearance store category, and my 50% off sale will grab them. And then in my storefront, I actually have clearance here, and people can come here and see what's 50% off. So this is where you would either exclude or include, and you can do it by items. It's easier to do it by category. I really think it is. You set those categories up so it makes a nice, easy buying process for your buyers, but it also helps you on the back end organize stuff. So do utilize that. And then you'll see everything that's included. You'll save and review. And this is where you can give your event a name. I believe mine are just really named 20% and 30% because I know how I do my sales. If you want new listings to be included in your sale, check this little box right here. Include skipped or new items when they qualify. If you click that box, anything you list while the sale is running will be grabbed and pulled into the sale. It takes a few hours. You probably have heard me say in what sold videos that certain items have sold before they went on sale. And that's what I mean. I'll have a sale running all week. Anything I listed this morning is probably not in the sale yet. It does take it sometimes up to a day, but your new items can be grabbed and pulled into it if you do price high with the intentions of running a sale the way I do. You can keep the items in the sale and block revisions for price increases, or you can uncheck that. This will increase the price if an item would remove the item from the sale event. So if you change the price, if you revise something, it would take it out of the sale. I leave that check mark. This is where you pick your dates and your times. So this is where I would say, the 21st through the Wednesday following, and I just set it up that way. It does say if you have a sale ending, we recommend leaving 2 hours. I've always done a half an hour. Now, I've never seen, knock on wood. If you feel safer with the 2 hours, you can start and stop yours like in the middle of the night when it won't really matter, but don't do it during busy times. The last thing you want is for your sale to stop at like 5 in the evening, and it's going to take until 7 or 8 in the evening for your next one to start, because that's when folks are home from work. That's when they're shopping, especially on Fridays and paydays. So if you want to put 2 hours between the end of your last one and the start of your next one, do it in the middle of the night. And remember, everything is Pacific time on the eBay platform. Okay, we're going to go look at shipping discount. This one's pretty self-explanatory. You want to set your purchase requirements. I do quantity. You can do amount. So you could say if your buyers spend $100, $50, $300, whatever you want to say. No minimum. Minimum quantity. I do 2 items. And I only do it on jewelry and comic books because those are the only items we have that are lightweight enough. I would be okay with them buying 4 comics and paying $7 for their shipping, because it's still going to be under that for ground for us to get the label. This is if you cannot communicate a shipping lead time, you may choose a generic shipping service. This is if you don't have a shipping date range will not be specified to the buyer if you turn it off. If you turn it on, I read it to you and it took a beat. And I'm like, that doesn't sound like it makes sense, but it does. You can have the specified delivery day range based on ground or priority shown to the buyer in your listing, or you can turn that off. And then you offer free or flat rate on your deal. So mine is minimum of 2 items, and I do $7 flat rate. And I do that on standard only. And then down here, item eligibility and store categories. I can choose my categories, and I only choose our jewelry and our comic books. So if you have lightweight items, you could do that. If you have expensive items that you think folks are going to be looking for during the holidays, like gift shopping and such, you can do minimum purchase of 50 or 100 and then give them like a $10 flat rate. Choose your categories, whatever you want. And then down here is where you're going to add your description and your photo. You can get any photo you want and put it in here. I never like the photo they suggest. So I usually go grab something either nice from our store or seasonal, Halloweeny, Christmassy. And you want your description to be good because your buyers are going to see this. Beat the holiday rush. Save 25%. Bundle your items and beat the holiday rush. Whatever you use, you want it to sound real good. Again, I went into way more detail about that in the video about the coupons. So make sure you watch that as well to get some more information on just how to market and how to write your like content and stuff like that. And then you'll schedule your start date and your end date if you so choose. And we have one more thing to look at. This is volume pricing. This is for folks with a lot of items that are alike usually. I would use this sometimes maybe for remote controls, maybe even jewelry or comics if I really wanted to push and get rid of a lot of older inventory. You name your sale so you know what it is. If they buy 1 item, no discount. Buy 2 or more, 3 or more, and you can set the percentage here. Say like I was setting this up for my remote controls. That sounds good to me. And add inventory. I would go into create rules and store categories. So I pick what I specified as electronics, which I know is all remotes at this point. Or listen, I can do jewelry too. Whatever you want to do. It's your volume pricing. But yeah, you can pick the percentage off of 2, 3, or 4. Add your rules or your categories you want to put on sale. And you can also apply this to a single item if you so choose. Applying the discount to a single item will apply the settings to each item in the campaign individually. For example, if items A, B, and C are in this campaign and you've checked the above box, then the discount will be applied if the buyer purchases multiple A's, B's, or C's. The discount will not be applied if the buyer purchases item A with B or C. So this would be if I had it on remotes and jewelries, they'd have to buy 3 remotes, not 2 jewelries and 1 remote. So I would leave it unchecked. I like when people bundle up weird stuff. I always get a kick out of it. This morning I shipped out a pair of jeans with a stuffed animal and a makeup from one of my Ipsy bags. I don't care. When I set up a discount, buy all the things, mix and match. But that's up to you. You can check that if you'd like. And then you pick your dates. And that is how you set up all of the different, well, that's an overview of all of the different types of sales that are available for you to use in your Seller Hub and how to set each one up. And then I talked a little bit about how I set mine up, what I recommend, but you have to do what's best for you. Your business model and your store are not my business model or my store. So how I do things may not work for you, but at least you've seen all of your options at this point, and you've got a general tutorial on how to set these things up. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns about anything you saw in this video or about anything in general related to reselling, use the comment section down below. It is there for you guys, and I do answer everybody. Join our Facebook group, Flippin' Hippos Reseller Pod. And just one more tip. You know how I was fiddle farting around and making pretend sales to show you guys? They're all in here as drafts now, so I have to go in and delete them. Go set up some sales. Go to the back end of your store and study the different types of sales and think about how it pertains to your business model and the types of items you sell, and set a sale up. Try one out. Do one this week and one next weekend. Try it out. And utilize your newsletters. You can send a newsletter letting folks know you're running a sale. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. You guys are the best. Bye.